What is up, Tenken fam? Get ready, because we're dropping some serious gaming news bombs today. From mind-bending horror to epic RPG sagas, we've got it all. First up, can you really silence your mind? We're diving into the terrifying world of the Echo as it hits Xbox. Then, prepare to be trapped in a hellish mansion with The Devil is in the Details, now on console. But wait, there's more. The legendary Final Fantasy VII Remake Trilogy is officially making its jump to Nintendo Switch 2 and Xbox Series XS. And we've got the full story on that massive Final Fantasy VII Remake launch for Xbox. You do not want to miss this. Hit that like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss a second of this gaming explosion. Let's go. Can you silence your mind? The retro cyberpunk horror game that has been haunting PlayStation players has now logged onto the Xbox store, challenging a whole new audience to dive into the deep and dangerous neural networks of the mind with the launch of the Echo on Xbox Series XS and Xbox One. The Echo is a first-person mystery from developer and publisher PlayStage Interactive. This atmospheric title is now available on Xbox One and Xbox Series XS for £4.19, with a special launch discount bringing the price down to just £3.35. You are a neurosalvager, you desperately need this job, and you have a very bad feeling that this dive is going to be different in a very bad way. In the Echo, your job is to dive into deep and dangerous neural networks, but your latest job feels off. An echo is forming in your mind, and the only way to silence it is to push forward and discover the truth. But with your rent due, you don't have much of a choice but to take the risk. Developer PlayStage Interactive has a history of creating mysterious, first-person adventures. Back in 2023, we saw them deliver a similar sense of unease when we reported that nothing is as it seems in Venatrix on Xbox. With the Echo, they are continuing that tradition, but this time swapping a strange island for a dark, retro cyberpunk world. The connection is live, and a new mystery is waiting to be solved. If you're a fan of atmospheric, first-person horror and are looking for a new, super affordable title to test your nerves, the Echo is ready for your dive on the Xbox Store right now, as well as the PlayStation Store where it's been for a little while already. The Echo is a retro cyberpunk-themed, first-person horror mystery game. Players are buzzing about the game's unique premise and affordable price point, with many eager to test their mettle in its dark, digital depths. Don't get too comfortable, because our next story is going to pull you into a different kind of nightmare. Get ready for The Devil is in the Details. Prepare to be trapped in a hellish mansion. A unique and terrifying hybrid of anomaly detection, escape room puzzles, and survival horror, which has been scaring PC players for a year, has just opened the doors to its hellish mansion on Xbox and PlayStation. The Devil is in the Details, a new first-person psychological thriller from Hideworks, has launched on console. This very positive, rated Steam hit is now available on Xbox Series XS and PlayStation 5 for £8.39. Prepare to be trapped in an ever-changing nightmare, where you must beat the devil at his own game by spotting cursed objects, surviving deadly traps, and dealing with a whole host of demonic pranks. In The Devil is in the Details, you find yourself trapped. Each step forward is a gamble in a hellish, ever-changing mansion where no two playthroughs are alike. Your goal is to explore, investigate, and place mystical talismans on cursed objects, all while trying to survive with limited resources against the many deadly foes and traps that lurk in the shadows. The core of the gameplay is a tense game of observation. You must sharpen your observation skills and recall changes in your environment to spot the cursed objects and progress. This is a game of anomaly detection, where you must use mystical talismans to cleanse objects that have been twisted by demonic influence. This isn't just a simple observation game. The demons will do whatever it takes to stop you, from physically assaulting you to engaging in mind games. You'll need to navigate, outwit, and disarm devilish traps, and contend with the unique prank system, which introduces randomized pranks like reversed controls and other unexpected modifiers to keep you on your toes. In this world, time is your most precious resource, as it also serves as your health. You'll need to explore the different mansions while keeping an eye on the clock, as enemies will try to consume it. You can use limited potions to increase your time, but you'll need to manage your resources and plan your route carefully. In a fantastic move for players of all skill levels, you can completely customize the game to your needs and liking. If the game is too difficult, intense, or you just want to focus on the side quests, you can individually turn off enemies, traps, jump scares, or ghosts, providing a huge number of modifiers to create an experience that is perfectly fitted to you. While today marks its debut on console, The Devil is in the Details first launched on Steam a year ago. In that time, it has built a dedicated community, earning a coveted, very positive review score from players who have praised its unique genre blend and high replayability. Now, a whole new audience on Xbox and PlayStation can finally challenge the devil in his own game. A chilling game against the forces of darkness is waiting. If you're a fan of psychological horror and puzzle solving, The Devil is in the Details is ready for you on the Xbox store right now. You'll also find it on the PlayStation store. Are you ready to challenge the devil in his own game? Can you survive the Devil-esque game? In The Devil is in the Details is an anomaly detection meets escape room meets survival horror hybrid, played from a first-person perspective. Console players are thrilled by the anomaly detection and customizable difficulty, making this horror gem accessible to a wider audience. But the big news doesn't stop there. Get ready for a saga that spans generations, hitting new platforms. Prepare yourself for the Final Fantasy VII Remake Trilogy. The entire Final Fantasy VII Remake Trilogy is coming to new platforms. During this week's Nintendo Direct, Square Enix confirmed that Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade is officially launching on Nintendo Switch 2 on 22 January 2026. The game will also launch on Xbox Series XS on the same day. That's not all, however. The entire remake trilogy will also be making its way to Nintendo Switch 2, Xbox Series XS, and PC. Yes, that includes the one game in that trilogy that we haven't gotten yet. Square Enix popped up during today's Nintendo Direct to drop some startling news. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade will launch on Nintendo Switch 2 and Xbox Series XS next year. This version of the game includes the pivotal episode intermission DLC expansion, which adds a questline starring the ninja Yuffie Kisaragi. Yuffie appears in this DLC on a mission to steal a precious kind of materia from the Shinra Corporation. This sets her up nicely for her next appearance in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the middle part of the Final Fantasy VII Remake Trilogy, and a game Nintendo Switch 2 owners will eventually be able to play too. The Nintendo Direct announcement added, "That's not all. The remake trilogy will also be making its way to Switch 2, Xbox Series XS and Xbox on PC, as well as PlayStation 5, Steam, and Epic Games Store." This marks the first official confirmation players have that both Rebirth and the Final Fantasy VII Remake Trilogy capper are coming to Nintendo Switch 2 and Xbox Series XS. The sequel is also set to arrive on PCs, though it is unknown if it will launch on PlayStation consoles first, as has been the case for its predecessors. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade launches on Nintendo Switch 2 on 22 January 2026. Fans are ecstatic about the expanded reach of the beloved trilogy, with many celebrating the arrival of Yuffie's story and the full saga on new consoles. And if that wasn't enough Final Fantasy VII news, we've got the specific details on the Xbox launch that you need to know. Get ready for the Final Fantasy VII Remake Xbox release details. Final Fantasy VII Remake finally launches on Xbox Series XS in January 2026. During Friday's Nintendo Direct presentation, Square Enix rolled up with several announcements, including a release date for the Xbox and Nintendo Switch 2 versions of Final Fantasy VII Remake. After years of PlayStation console exclusivity, Final Fantasy VII Remake will launch on Jan. 22, 2026, for Xbox Series XS and Nintendo Switch 2. The Xbox version, as previously confirmed, includes Xbox Play Anywhere support, meaning players get an Xbox on PC copy in addition to a console version, all with one purchase. That's not all, though. Over on X Twitter, Square Enix confirmed that not only is Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade launching on Xbox Series XS and Nintendo Switch 2, but the entire remake trilogy will be multi-platform. That means players on Xbox and Nintendo can expect to see 2024's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth launching at some point, as well as the currently untitled upcoming third game. It's a significant shift, as both Final Fantasy VII Remake and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth launched as console exclusives on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, respectively, before later being ported to Windows PC. Hopefully, we'll get a release date for the Xbox and Nintendo port of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth before too long. I understand that Square Enix probably wants to space these launches out just a bit, but maybe winter 2026 could work. Square Enix also specifies that the trilogy will be available on Xbox on PC, among other platforms. That means Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and the untitled third game should both support Xbox Play Anywhere, just like Final Fantasy VII Remake. Square Enix is also dangling a bonus to entice pre-orders. If you choose to pre-order Final Fantasy VII Remake on Xbox Series XS or Nintendo Switch 2, you'll get an accompanying free copy of the original Final Fantasy VII. This offer will obviously expire when the game launches, so if you're interested, you'll need to act before then. Pre-orders are already live on the Xbox Store, with the regular version of the game available for $40 and the deluxe edition at $60. The deluxe edition packs in some extra in-game accessories and materia, as well as an artbook and soundtrack. Gamers are hyped about the Xbox Play Anywhere support and the pre-order bonus of the original Final Fantasy VII, signaling a new era of multi-platform releases for Square Enix. That's all the news we have for you today, but stick around for a lightning-fast recap and your chance to connect with us. All right, Tenken fam, that was a whirlwind of gaming news. We saw the chilling launch of the Echo on Xbox, the intense console debut of the Devil is in the details, and the massive announcement that the entire Final Fantasy VII Remake Trilogy is heading to Nintendo Switch 2 and Xbox Series XS, with Final Fantasy VII Remake itself dropping January 22, 2026. Don't forget to smash that like button if you enjoyed this update, subscribe to the channel for more gaming news delivered hot and fresh, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a video. Let us know in the comments which of these games you're most excited for, and make sure to follow us on all our socials for behind-the-scenes content and community discussions. We'll see you in the next one.